A Rule of 10 by Mary Helen Cox. Winmalee, 2777. Narrated by Chloe Schwank. How often do we refer to groups of 10? We count by tens, divide by tens, put time into decades of 10. 10 fingers, 10 toes, the base 10 decimal system, even the abacus, are all grounded in 10. The metric system of tens definitely makes more sense than the random imperial system. Using groups of 10 is an almost natural way of organizing not just thoughts and events, but the years that go by. It is such an easy thing for me to clump my life into those 10-year spans. From birth to 10. Those carefree halcyon days with no responsibilities, when mostly I just had to stay out of trouble. Of course, I had totally no control of my fate, so was blessed to have caring parents to oversee and nurture my start in life. From 11 to 20. The goal now was to get good grades, make good friends, and test the waters in my little hometown. I moved out into the world when driving a car or caring for other people's children, probably without comprehending what massive steps those honestly entailed. Learning that behaviors have consequences came to mean don't screw up. A high school sociology class visit to the local county jail cells put me on the straight and narrow for life. The 20s. Opportunity knocked, and I moved to the other side of the world. I started a new career, and ultimately a new life with marriage and commitment. Traveling opened the world even wider. It was time to stand on my own 2 feet, and I felt the world was my oyster. 30s. Reality hit with the loss of a child and the loss of my mother. 2 more babies came along who brought me unfathomable joy. Financial hardships and struggle also came into play, and so started the beginning of my search for faith. 40s. As our young children grew up, so began life at the school gate, and a whole range of adventures ensued as new lives unfolded in our care. Domestic challenges took their toll. Getting back into the workforce meant money for traveling again. Dancing classes opened a new world of friends and fun. Email brought connection to the family on the other side of the world and relief to homesickness. The buzz of the Olympics coming to town was one of those special memories. Life in its fullness seemed the order of the day. 50s. Everything changed with 9/11, and the world seemed an uncertain place. But I discovered I was actually good at my job, and that was immensely satisfying. Independent traveling was calling to me, and I experienced the empowerment of calling my own shots. 60s. Retirement became a time to enjoy the pride in my now adult children, doing worthwhile and important work. Delight in my grandchildren was overwhelming. Richness in family and friends made for fulfilling days, underpinned with strong faith. And now, the 70s. Fragility of COVID-19 and the passing years have brought medical issues and the rise of thoughts of my own mortality. With too many funerals in too short a time, I am keenly aware of time rushing past. How will this decade play out? What about the 80s, or even 90s? I have longevity in my genes, but do I really want to make it 10 out of 10? I will happily hand that decision over to God. All those years of 10 are now in the past, and the reality is that now is all the time that I have at my disposal. I have today, and perhaps it will be my last day. It is mostly something I have no control over, but find it encourages me to live a good day. Be a friend, connect with people, help someone, enjoy the sunshine, move. Use my creative gifts to share with the world. Read, relax, pray. Now is the only time that any of us have. Looking back, we can see all the time we had then. Then is over. It has changed all along the way, sometimes for the good, often for the not-so-good. Our life now is to not live with regrets or incriminations for actions done in the past when we were doing the best we could, or perhaps ignorant of the errors of our ways. Our purpose is to live in the now, hopefully having learned life's lessons during our multi-layered years of then. Then is over. Now is happening before our very eyes. May we live it as fully as we can, and perhaps chalk up another 10 years of untold adventures. The end.